I don't know if you guys have heard about this, or maybe you're hearing about it for the first time because I'm talking about it here with you now. But what scripting is painting this story, writing this elaborate story, this tale of how you want something to manifest. That thing being maybe your life, maybe your day, maybe your relationship, maybe your career, maybe your coffee, I don't know. The sky really truly is the limit. It's very similar to writing a petition or writing an intention, but it's erring on the side of tapping into your imagination and making a creative story. It's interesting because in my last video, I don't know if you guys saw this, I was talking about angels and connecting with your angels and connecting with your guides. And in that video, I answered the question of, Jess, is imagination good or bad? And I say it's neither good nor bad, it just is what it is. This is kind of one of those moments where I say that imagination is so good because it's allowing you to really elaborately paint this creative story, this creative storytelling for how you envision something to manifest within your life. And the more you are able to use your imagination, to tap into your imagination and to create this creative story, and that you're able to pull from your emotion and pull from those visions, the more it will help you to manifest that vision within your life. It's kind of a mouthful, but let me go ahead and, you know, scale back because I want to give it to you guys and I want to give it to you good, like I always do. But let's say you want to travel, and that's something that you want to manifest within your life. So instead of writing like an intention or a petition to the universe where you say, dear universe, dear divine, I see myself traveling here. I want to travel here. I'm going to go to Paris. I'm going to go here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to eat this. So you're writing down in your petition, in this visualization, in this intention, what it is that you're trying to manifest, right? Then you fold it up, you put it away, you use candle magic, whatever. But when you're scripting, pretty much what you're doing is not only are you incorporating your intention and you're writing your intention down, but you're painting out using your words, using your mind, and connecting with your feelings, how it kind of unfolds as if you're writing a story. That's why it's called scripting, because it's like the script of how it will unfold within your life. There's two things that I love about this. Number one, I feel like this really connects with your intuition and your feelings so easily. Now me, I love working with the energy of Mercury because I'm a Virgo, and I love using the power of words and the mind to create, to manifest. I do this all the time in my real life. For those of you guys that don't know, and if you don't know, then I want to invite you to subscribe because I talk about this all the time and I've mastered it for myself in all areas of my life. So I love that aspect of it, but I love the idea, and I think that this will be very successful, and has been very successful, scripting for me, and it will be for you, to not only to write your intention down, but to paint this elaborate picture and the story of how it unfolds. This is your moment to really kind of tap into your imagination, your creative sides, to the point where you are not limiting yourself. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you're not limiting yourself. So you allow yourself to just explode when it comes to how this could manifest, how this would happen. And because your mind is in a space of, I'm telling a story, it will help a lot of you guys to stop limiting yourself, because when you're writing it, you're just truly writing a story. So it helps you to kind of stop thinking, well, is this realistic? Is this something that can happen? Is this practical? For those of you guys that find that you have a more practical, realistic approach to things, this could really be a gem for you, because if your brain is allowed to approach it from such a creative side, then maybe you allow yourself to be more expansive and more expressive when it comes to actual laws of attraction, putting things out there and manifesting them within your lives. This is also a wonderful tool for those of you guys that don't believe in the universe being abundant, or don't believe in God or the divine, so you don't want to write petitions, or you feel very uncomfortable working with candle magic or setting intentions. Just your ability to kind of like write this story and do this creative writing exercise essentially, but you're using it to manifest, and you're using it to visualize how things are going to occur, or how you would likely to see things to occur, and you're disconnecting yourself so much from the pressure and the intensity of writing it down in an intention, or writing it down as a petition, or writing it down, you know, for candle magic. This will just open the door for you, limitless potential. All right, this is as far as I've gone. Anyways, so then you want to use a pen. And for those of you guys that know me, I love a Sharpie pen moment when it comes to setting intention, writing intentions, writing petitions, manifestations, all those things. But at this point, I'm using a Precise V7 rolling ball pen that you can get at any Target, any Walmart, Amazon. Buy it in bulk. because you're gonna blow through these pens, or at least I do. I love writing everything down, but again, it's because I'm a Virgo, ruled by the planet Mercury, and that's all we do is write. And we think, and then we overwrite, and then we overthink. That's just a part of our charm. What you wanna do is you take that pen, take your notepad, take a notebook. You want to think about what it is that you want to focus on manifesting within your life. Let's go back to my example of going like traveling and going for a trip. So you want to write it as if it's a story. I like to use it in first person, meaning like, okay, I decide that I'm sleeping one day. I'm gonna make this up as we go along. I'm sleeping one day and I have this dream, this vivid dream. Now this isn't real, I'm just making this up. I'm scripting, but I'm speaking it out and I'm not writing it down. I had this dream, it's super vivid, and I see myself in Paris while I wake up, and I'm so excited. And I decide, okay, I am going to go on this trip. So I pull up my laptop, I open it up, and I pull up Google Flights. I can see that coincidentally, the flights from New Orleans to Paris, or St. Pete to Paris, are $678. Well, I pull up my account, I see that I have $679 in my account. Coincidence? I think not. Again, you guys, this is me telling this elaborate story to you guys right now, but let's pretend like I'm writing it all down. So I booked this flight, I grabbed my passport, my new bag, because that's something I'm manifesting within my life. I really want this is probably what I'm gonna script, is how the next bag that I'm gonna get. And I'm actually going to invest in it, kind of like a treat yourself moment. But anyways, so I grab my bag and then I dig, and I find my passport and I throw all my stuff in there, and the flight leaves the next day. So I have 2 days to get my life together. I have 2 days to get ready. Well, let me tell you, I grab my stuff, I throw it all together. It's just enough time for me to do laundry. I jump on this flight. I sit next to the hottest guy. When I tell you, this guy is so hot. Tall, dark, handsome. He's a Capricorn, because me as a Virgo, I love Capricorns, just between you and I. So do you guys see how elaborate and like ridiculous the story might be? But it's just me putting it out there, right? The odds of it manifesting are actually pretty high, just from my experience, because anytime I speak something or write something, it's going to manifest. But especially if my intention is for it to inevitably to manifest within my life. What I really want you guys to see is how much I tapped into my feelings, how much I tapped into how it made me feel, how excited I was, the details of it. Let's say I wanted to dive a little deeper into the details, which I highly recommend. It's like, okay, the bag felt heavy, it felt smooth, it was leather. For those of you guys that don't like leather, my apologies, don't drag me on the internet, it is what it is. My passport, it had a new cover on it. I threw that in there. I rolled up my clothes. I was gonna go for light dresses because it's summertime and I'm traveling during this time. And when I got, ooh, who's texting me? Oh, my girl, my friend, yo. Okay, so anyways, so the point of the story is, the moral of the story is that you really want to tap into those feelings and pull and be creative with it. Don't limit yourself. That's the true magic of this, and what is going to work so well for some of you guys is that you're not going to be able, your brain doesn't have the opportunity to limit itself because it's so stuck on creative writing and creative expressive. But this comes with the intention of manifesting whatever it is that you want within your life. Now again, you can use it for your love life, you can use it for your day, you can use it for your entire life, you can use it for this trip. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest is what it is that you can use scripting for. Then you want to keep it in that journal and just walk away and allow it to manifest within your life. First thing that you will notice right before or right as something is about to manifest, what actually gives it the power to allow it to manifest, is an extreme, I don't want to say extreme, but a really strong sense of excitement and enthusiasm. The reason why this is because your spirit, your soul, your higher self gets so stoked at the fact that you finally found the thing that it is that it's been wanting and calling out for. Not only have you found it, but you found it at the right time, so your spirit will soar. It's really important that you take that excitement and you take it seriously, because a lot of people will actually see and feel that excitement and just kind of like poo-poo it. They'll put it off to the side, or they'll allow distractions and other things in their everyday life to pull them away from the thing that sparked joy and pleasure and excitement in their life. In order for something to actually manifest, you have to feel it in your bones, deep in your bones, that it is yours, that it's meant for you. And as soon as your soul and your spirit recognizes it as truth, naturally it gets excited. You'll then take that energy, that enthusiasm, that excitement, you'll channel it, you'll write it down. Then you'll find that talking about it, maybe even out loud to yourself or to friends or to a stranger, gets you even more excited, because your spirit's like, yes girl, girl, or yes, boo, you got this. This is yours. Now that's the first thing that you'll notice right before something manifests. And the reason why I started off with that is because it's the excitement itself that helps to ignite the energy so that it can actually come in and seed itself in your life. Now the second thing that you'll notice is that after the excitement, there's kind of like a brooding phase. That's what I'm gonna call it. This is when the energy around you really starts to get quiet. And for some people, that's when things can get a little weird. Because you had so much excitement when you originally set the intention, and when you originally felt the resounding truth that this thing truly is going to manifest and that it is manifesting, the silence and the quiet can be the freakiest part of the journey and of manifestation, because you're like, did I do something wrong? How come I don't feel that same excitement anymore? Do you remember how I said in the beginning that it's the excitement that kind of sparks and ignite the energy to kind of draw in and pull in what is that you're going to manifest? The reason why that is because that is masculine energy. That is the act of doing, because masculine energy wants to do. You may have not seen with your own eyes the physical, actual material manifestation, but before you can do that, that thing that you're so excited for, that thing that you want and ignites you, has already been created. When your spirit senses that and picks up on it, it then sends a signal to your intuition, to your higher self, to ask you to ask for it. So masculine energy is the first thing to arrive, because he says, okay, I'm gonna roll my sleeves up. Let's do what we gotta do, because that's what masculine energy wants to do, is to do the do. What do I have to do? Now that's the masculine part of it, and then we have the feminine. The feminine part is quiet, it's passive, and it wants to receive, and it's going to do that in the womb, in the quiet space, essentially in the void. This is the part that we struggle with the most as a society and as a collective for a lot of us, because we feel like if we're going to set intention and this thing is going to manifest, we feel like we have to do something. But the reality is that we've already done what we needed to do when we set the intention in the first place. I know that that's a lot to wrap your mind around, but what I really want you to grasp from both of those things that I've already said, is that the thing that it is that you are setting intention for, that you want to manifest, or that you're working to manifest, you have to realize that it's already manifested. It just needs to materialize. That's why number one is the actual excitement that it is that you feel, and then you feel that call and you respond to it by actively doing. Once that excitement is felt and that intention is put out there, that's when we go into the void, the quiet, the silent, the stillness, and we allow ourselves to receive. That quiet space is so important, because it's in that quiet space that there's a void and emptiness. The universe senses this and then works in order to fill it. When it pours masculine and feminine energies in, those two separate entities come together and something will be created and be physically born into our reality and actually materialize. When that thing actually starts to materialize, that is going to move us on to step number 3. Now this is when something actually is being created and we can stir ourselves back to life again. And how we'll know that this is what's happening is because this is inspired action. All of a sudden, we're creative, we're inspired, we feel like, oh, I'm just gonna go here because I want to, because it's fun, because I feel called to. That inspired action is a direct result of the first step, which is the excitement, the second step, which is the void. And because of those two things, something is created, you sense it, you're open to it, and you respond to it. The universe will then help to direct you and move you if you're allowing yourself to flow. However, if you are rigid and too stern and structured in your thinking of how things should be or could be, or the way that they will manifest, you're gonna lock yourself up and delay the process. That is a person who is uncomfortable in the void space, in the feminine energy, in the art of receiving. Now the fourth step, and the fourth thing that you'll notice after you are doing the creative, inspired action, is you're going to start seeing synchronistic signs and coincidences. Now pretty much what this is the universe being like, yep, look over here, yep, this is another sign. Yep, this is what it is. Yep, this is confirmation. What I want you to do is to continue to stay open and to continue to stay in that creative, flowing energy. This is where a lot of you guys kind of messed up, because you want to go right to the first step and step into masculine energy, where you want to be like, okay, well, what do I have to do? I received this synchronistic sign. I received this confirmation. What do I do with it? That's very masculine energy. You want to stay in a space of balance so that you are allowing your energy and your creative sparks and the universe to flow through you to guide you. Stay in that void space. Stay in the openness. Allow yourself to flow and work with that creative inspiration, that inspired action. And number 5, the final thing that you will notice when your intention is manifesting is its actual physical appearance in your life, in the material form, that you can touch it and you can feel it and be like, finally, it is here, it has arrived. It manifests, it's there, it presents itself. I'm telling you guys, this is what it's like. Anything that you're setting intention for will manifest. It's like a cycle. We see it again and again. And the only thing that will ever truly trip you up is essentially kind of yourself when you start fighting the flow instead of going with the flow. Now, I will say that there are some things that simply will not manifest, and there are signs that will tell you that they won't.